Yo, okay, here we go. The health video to end all health videos. I've done a million videos like this, but now we're really zoning in on some killer recipes that are healthy, pretty damn easy to make, and freaking delicious. Mate, obviously, or maybe not obviously, because I just started studying a ridiculous percentage. If you must know, 99% of children and about 94/95% or so of adults, men and women, do not eat enough vegetables and legumes. So yeah, damn near knocking on 100%, whether you're a man, woman, young or old. So nobody's eating enough vegetables. And I sort of don't blame you, because over the years, a salad can be, kind of boring. Like, who wants to just munch on your typical salad? Like, what's that? Lettuce, tomato, onion, say. Maybe a bit of beetroot or cucumber in there as a typical salad, right? Pretty boring. And you might go, oh, yeah, but you could put a bit of salad dressing on there. Step one. But most salad dressings you buy are kind of like just vinegary and doesn't really improve the salad that much from its boring, monotonous bunch of greens in there, right? I think I'm safe to say, for most people's opinion. But then you might even say, oh, yeah, I actually quite like a salad if it's got a bit of avocado in there and maybe some feta cheese. It's all right. It's pretty good. But it's not good enough to stick to as like 90% of your diet. As part of your daily majority of the vast majority of the food you eat should be fruit and vegetables, right? More leaning towards the vegetables than the fruit. And at the moment, if we are going to eat healthy, vast majority of people more lean to the fruit and not the vegetables. So getting to it, how do we solve it? You make a damn salad like this one. This is off the hook. All right, here it is. See that? All right, now this is freaking. See, I'm not trying, let's be clear, I'm not trying to make, oh, this salad is pretty good, you can eat that. Yeah, it tastes pretty healthy. I mean, it's pretty healthy and it tastes pretty good. No, 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 no. We're going above and beyond that. We're making it epic healthy and absolutely delicious. We're trying to crush all that other food that you think or you find super delicious, like junk. Like obviously meat pies, burgers, all that crap, so that you, regardless of the health effects, go far out, man. I'd way rather one of these crazy ass salads than just a boring burger. What's that going to meat, bit of cheese, and some friggin' buns. All right, burger and bread, whoop-de-doo. This, now we're going for a crazy flavor. All right, so again, getting to it. What we do, right, is you go with your typical salad ingredients as a foundation, right? So mixed green leaves, spinach, kale, or lettuce if you prefer, tomato, onion, cucumber, beetroot. Did I say tomatoes or cherry tomatoes? So just your general, any salads that you like, any vegetables you like, right? Chopped up carrot, just the basics, all right? But then it gets advanced, all right? So one of the things is we can make, like, I first I can just put a tiny bit of olive oil on the mixed salad, right? And mix it through. Wash your hands and then mix it all through. And then maybe sprinkle a bit of garlic salt on. So now all of that salad is coated in a thin, light layer of olive oil. Now, for all you extreme unhealthy people who are trying to take extreme measures to become unhealthy and are thinking, well, I got to avoid fat. That's the main thing. I got to cut out. I got to go on this zero carb, crazy no fat diet and just, you know, eat soup every day or go on the 1 week fasting, water only diet and all this crazy stuff that's never going to last, all right? You put a tiny bit of olive oil, not any other kind of saturated or unhealthy oil, olive oil. All right, Spanish people, Mediterranean diet, most healthiest people in the world eat lots of olive oil, okay? And it makes it so much easier to eat because it's just got that light film of oil on there. And when you bite into it, it's not just bland like munching on celery and lettuce and, you know, the oil makes it easier to chew and eat and mix with that little bit of garlic salt and the oil mixture. That makes it sensational. If you want to be super healthy, you can put Himalayan salt on there, which is a very healthy, beneficial form of salt, as opposed to the typical forms of salt your doctor might talk about to avoid because you've got diabetes or high cholesterol, high blood pressure, whereby salt or sodium containing foods can be very unhealthy for you. But if you get on the Himalayan salt, otherwise known as pink salt or sea salt, now we're really cooking with gas and we're going to be super healthy and get that flavor. So anyway, the flavor goes way beyond that. We can make up all sorts of vinaigrettes. So olive oil with a quarter mix approximately. You've got to find out how much vinegar you want to go with it. So you can mix any type of vinegar, balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar, just normal white vinegar, any vinegar you like. I prefer balsamic, all right? But it's quite a strong flavor. So don't use too much. So maybe like 20% balsamic vinegar and the remaining 80% olive oil. Now you can also put in a teaspoon of mustard. Typically Dijon mustard is recommended, but you could experiment if you've got like a real taste for spicy food. Why not try hot English mustard or multigrain mustard? Then just put, did I say already, a teaspoon of garlic, and again you could experiment, put a tiny maybe quarter or half teaspoon of chili in a jar, mix it all together. Now you've got fresh homemade vinaigrette, and you could just sprinkle that on top. You can have it on the side, like if it ends up a bit too strong, you don't want to put too much in, have it on the side as you're eating, pour a little bit on. But then we take it further. You can put berries in there. Now you got to be careful with the berries because it's like you don't want to confuse yourself and your taste buds and be like, I'm eating a salad here, and next thing you're munching into like strawberries and pineapple, and it sort of messes with your taste buds because it's like, well, this is savory, but now I'm getting bursts of flavor in it because I was experimenting with it and I found like raspberries, it's like too sweet to go with it, but blueberries I find are really good because even though you think of a blueberry, because the name is like a color, you think of it as blueberries are super sweet and all that. But to be honest, I don't think blueberries are. Like, here's a blueberry. You know, it's got a bit of flavor, but not really. It's not like a really sweet fruit. It's almost like a little mashed potato. And it takes on the flavor of the rest of the salad without being overpowering in flavor like most fruits. So I find blueberries go really good. I've also found personally, you know, you get those strawberries that aren't too sweet, that are just like, you know, and chopped up, mixed in a salad. They just add a difference in texture and flavor while you're eating the salad, and mixed with a tasty vinaigrette, or maybe you will find a salad dressing for you that's really good. But getting onto the key other ingredients that make it awesome is beans. I think not so much the flavor, it's just mixing up the textures. So mixed beans or chickpeas. It just, as you're biting into other things like lettuce and tomato and onion, the standard stuff, when you bite into the kidney beans or lima beans, mixed Mexican beans, And it just changes the texture and it makes the meal feel more filling, not just so light, like a light salad. It's like, far out, I don't feel like I've eaten anything. The beans, because it's all mashed up and you can chew on it, it really feels like you're getting a meal. So that way you can have just a big salad and that's your whole meal and you still feel satisfied that you've actually eaten properly. So I put in also a variety of nuts and seeds in there so you can get like trail mix that has like almonds and pine nuts and different kinds of seeds and different kinds of nuts. And sometimes a little bit of dried fruit in there can be a good option instead of such, like I talked about before, overpowering fruit, just a few like dried sultanas and things like that mixed in a trail mix. Or you could just avoid that and just find roasted, salted, and if you prefer smoked, mixed nuts. That can be awesome. But this particular one, I just simply chose, I found some honey roasted cashew nuts. Now, of course, you can't just sit there and munch on honey roasted cashew nuts and expect to lose weight because eating them by themselves, they're high in calories. But don't forget, nuts are typically very healthy. So as long as you just sprinkle a few in amongst your salad, it's going to make it delicious. You're going to get the health benefit. And majority of what you're eating, though, is still like the super low calorie stuff, like all your green leafy vegetables. All right. A few macadamia nuts I've got in there. Again, I just find, so roasted nuts give it that crunch that's way more delicious than if they're not roasted. That's just my personal preference. Um, or like smoked almonds, for example. If you like that, it has a different kind of flavor. That can mix it up. But again, what the main thing I find that makes any salad, any mixture of salad, just put some beetroot, chopped up beetroot, feta cheese, and any nuts on top of the salad, any salad, and you've got an awesome thing. Oh, and olives, man, or any kind of pesto pasta, whatever it's called, from the deli. Don't get your cheese and olives just from the processed aisles of the supermarket. Go to the deli section and get the fresh olives and find out which ones do you like, the black olives, the green olives, pitted, the ones marinated in garlic or chili or both, or the antipasto, I think, that has the sun-dried tomatoes in them and little bits of like onion, and there's like these little bell capsicums that are stuffed with Danish cheese or something. Man, they are so delicious. So yeah, put all that in there. And what I learned today is just putting some fried mushrooms with a bit of olive oil, teaspoon of garlic, half a teaspoon of chili, garlic salt, and black pepper, all fried up together. Oh man, I put that on top of the salad, and the whole mixture of these flavors is just off the chart, man. Look at that. So these fried mushrooms, and I really fried them good, so they're really crispy, and all the garlic and chili and pepper really sizzled out, and the mushrooms absorb all that flavor, that intense flavor of the salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Man, that sprinkled on top. Sometimes I do same kind of thing, but with eggplant. And so you've got the hot food on top with a few nuts to add the crunch and the tangy balsamic vinegar, vinaigrette, tiny bit of mayonnaise maybe, feta cheese, or different kinds. Oh, I had one the other night. Actually, I've got a little bit left over in here. Is a little bit of halloumi cheese. If you've never had halloumi cheese before, you haven't lived. The flavor of halloumi cheese, you don't even need much. See, all you like people who might be really focused on your diet might be concerned, oh, hang on, cheese, isn't that fattening? Yeah, it is. But if you have a tiny bit, particularly halloumi, which is made out of goat's cheese, and you just grill it a little bit, like fried in a pan, lightly, not for long, right? Just until it's golden brown on the outside. That's it. Because I did overcook it the other day. But you just make it golden brown, so it's still soft, maybe a tiny bit crispy on the outside, and you chop it up into little pieces and you sprinkle that over any salad. You could probably just have that over any boring salad and a little bit of olive oil sprinkled over and salt and pepper. Boom! Because every time you bite into it, it might be like 90% is just plain healthy salad, but a little tiny bit of halloumi cheese mixed in, you're just gonna taste that halloumi cheese and gonna be like, man, this is delicious. You know? So yeah, there you are. What am I doing? Wasting my time doing this? Time to get into it, I reckon. All right, so enjoy mixing up your salads, stay healthy, get energized, and enjoy life. Bon appetit.